guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
Here we are, the two of us in full flow.
Indeed we are.
How life will look in 2050? Do you think you'll still be around 2050?
Well, I'd like to think so, but who knows? Who knows?
How far away are we now from that? So we're in 2024.
26
so
years.
26 years away. Nah, I won't be here.
Make me about 127. Before you say.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if I'm here at 2050. I won't be. I'll be if I'm still here, I'll be like moaning me arse.
Well, let's see what the video's like, because you might not want to be anyway.
That's a good point, actually.
You know,
that's a fair point.
Might say bicycles are a thing of the past. Then you'd be in heaven.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see how it goes anyway. How life will look in 2050.
Since the turn of the century, technology has rapidly improved. Our reality is now filled with things that were mere dreams in the past few decades. Seeing how the past has unfolded, I was curious about what the next 30 years would look like. So I did a little digging into what life might look like in 2050 for us. Let's take a look. Nanotechnology. First, let's take a look at nanotechnology. Over the years, scientists have made exciting developments and discovered numerous innovative applications for nanotechnology. As it stands, nanotechnology has the potential to change life as we know it. Experts in the field believe that nanobots will, in the future, be fitted into our brains to connect us to the virtual world more readily.
That's the bit that's worrying.
That's a bit scary, that, isn't it?
It's scary for people like us who don't like. I don't know, who are not ready for it, maybe.
Yeah.
But the people who are ready for it, it's probably the future, what it needs.
Oh, I'm sure it is, but there's so many things that could go wrong with that. You get certain governments that might use it in a bit of a, putting it in there where they shouldn't be putting it in and things like that.
Hello.
Hello.
No, putting more in
you know what I mean.
Matron. But the other side of it, well, like feeding into that would be a different aspect when you say you've got to turn yourself on.
Yes.
It's one of them, isn't it?
I know, yeah.
And faster. With the use of brain-computer interface technology, the mind and computer will be one, making humans very powerful beings with access to endless information and solutions to problems that the mind wouldn't be able to solve. If nanotechnology reaches that stage, there may be no need for gadgets like phones and calculators. Well, this is very exciting for the student of the future. Looks like math will not be a universal challenge much longer. 3D print technology. The next tech advancement that we can expect in the future is the rise of 3D print technology. 3D print technology is already advanced, but we can expect it to be even more advanced in 2050. Right now, we have 3D printed tools and homes. In the future, we will be able to print more tools and perhaps even some modes of transportation if bigger machines are built. This technology will also become more accessible to everyone who may want a 3D printer, making the possibilities of what can be printed infinite. If the current trend of open source 3D printable files can...
That's going to be something like buildings, isn't it? You're just going to get like a mass amount and send it to a warehouse, boom, prints it in 2 days.
3D printing is going to be a huge thing, I think. It's going to be absolutely massive. I mean, it's getting better all the time, isn't it?
Well, it'll go one step beyond just print, when it'll go into sort of like new dimension, like 3D build. Like the same as print, but it'd be building like proper bricks and
absolutely,
all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely all sorts with it, all sorts.
Continues, it will not be long before everyone prints their own large objects like furniture and weapons. Well, here's an idea. How about developing an affordable 3D printer for food? That could be the end of world hunger, despite global warming. Medical.
Imagine.
Now we go from the extinction of phones to the eradication of death. Well, by 2050, the finality of death may be a thing of the past. With the brain connected to a computer through BCI technology, the information stored in our brains can be transferred into a hard disk like computer files. That means the data, including memories, can be retrieved and uploaded into another being.
Don't want to be doing that with you, do we?
No, I'd be in jail by now.
I think probably half the population will be as well, so...
Maybe a more advanced humanoid robot. This way, the best minds in every field will be preserved and able to continue working on innovations. Another improvement to consider in the medical field is that serious diseases like cancer will be cured. The only downside to this development is that every new technology is very expensive when it first comes out, so the rest of us may not have access to this literally life-saving technology for a while. Transportation. Something that we may have access to is transportation. In 2050, transportation will have immensely changed. With experimentation focused on self-driving cars already underway from car manufacturers such as Tesla, it is not much of a stretch to believe that by 2050, the technology for fully automated vehicles will exist. Some notable advantages of such automated vehicles include a drastic reduction in traffic-related deaths because the vehicles will collaborate with traffic control systems. Another advantage is the change in lifestyle that self-driving vehicles will bring. With no need to man a vehicle, people will be free to choose whether to relax or be more productive as they travel. A lot of free time, considering the amount of time spent in traffic. Another interesting development is the Hyperloop One project by Elon.
I'm not sure about that. Just a quick one about the automated cars. I'm not convinced by that one. I mean, if you've seen places like Paris, can you imagine sitting in a car and trying to relax going through Paris in an automated car?
Paris looks a piece of piss compared to Mumbai.
Well,
You can imagine places like
well,
that.
I haven't got to that yet, but
Shanghai and places like Beijing. It's
I
mad.
can imagine.
Yeah.
But first one that sprang to mind was Paris, but I don't know. I just don't see it. I know they do automated cars. I know it's possible, but I think when you look at in a reality,
I can see it happening.
mixed with normal cars.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
when
know.
you see automated sort of like things that travel on like conveyor belts and stuff like that now, and you see the way when you go to the airport and you see the way your suitcase gets retrieved.
Yeah.
And when you put it on and it waits till another one passes, and it's the speed of it that it goes. When you see mail sort, things like parcel sort.
Yeah.
The speed that they go through. That's how traffic would work. It'd work at speed.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd work at like small, very slow sort of like. It might do to start off with, but it'll speed up very quickly.
Certain places you'll go down, maybe country lane stores to seaside where narrow, or on a if you're going up like a mountain pass or something, would you trust a car to be automated when you got like a 1,200-foot drop to one side?
Absolutely not.
You know.
No chance. But that's not at the start, not in the first few cars, but after about 1 million cars have passed it, then I'll probably give it a go.
Yeah, maybe
if I'm still alive. But yeah, got to keep that in mind. But they say we were saying there we might still be alive. But the other one is like I still think travel. When you're travelling now, I think in years to come, I think you'll have one of these things where we'd be both sat here, like doing this, or we'd be sat. But instead, what we can do is like you wouldn't be, none of us would be here. It'd look like we're here, but we're not here. We're both sat at home.
I get what you mean.
It's just like what do you call
like
it?
virtual reality,
Virtual
type
reality.
of,
Yeah, that's
environment.
exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that because it's getting there with headsets and all sorts, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
but it's some crazy stuff that when you think about it, it's like. I don't know. What would you do? What would you build first if you had the opportunity to sort of say, yeah, you've got a 3D builder here. You can build whatever you want.
pretty much anything by the sound of it.
Load of women, strip club.
Oh, jeez,
Which aims to move the bulk of public transportation underground. With the use of electromagnetic levitation at historic speeds of 310 kilometers per hour, this train presents the opportunity for a faster, cheaper, and cleaner mode of transportation. And if more people opt for it, then there will be even fewer traffic-related incidents. Fuel. Still on transportation, the fuel used in all future transportation modes will be renewable energy. Currently, the world is plagued by global warming and the threat of depleting natural resources, so we do need to be looking at adapting to a more sustainable source of energy. Now, Hyperloop One is exploring electromagnetic levitation, and the automobile industry has also been looking for ways to reduce harmful vehicle emissions. These are all efforts aimed at achieving the goal of stopping the use of carbon-emitting fuels. Besides those, research is being done on the ocean's wind, solar, and thermal energy. One company in particular, Blokes, a specialist developer of ocean thermal energy conversion, is working on a project that could completely phase out the use of fossil fuels. Hopefully, Blokes and their colleagues will be successful soon enough to alleviate some of the environmental problems we face. Space exploration.
That's that advert there.
Now, if there is one thing that has been mentioned as a mitigating option for our current environmental challenges, it's space exploration and colonization. Companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are set on revolutionizing space technology, with goals of spatial exploration and ultimately enabling people to live on other planets in colonies. With all the strides already made, by 2050, space tourism will also be a reality for those who can afford it. The possibilities for holiday destinations will expand to include places like Mars and the Moon. Unfortunately, a trip to orbit will be significantly expensive, making it exclusive for the extremely wealthy, at least at first. Artificial intelligence.
It's fuck all there. What would you want to go for?
Exactly. There's no sunshine, no rain, no. I mean, nothing.
It's not even like a nice restaurant or
I know.
bar or anything that you want to go to. I'm just going to go to space.
And it probably cost you millions as well.
It's like when I see like people like Richard Branson or people like going to Jeff Bezos and all that going to space. I'm like,
I think they've got nothing better to do with the money, have they?
Yeah,
That's
probably.
why.
Maybe
That's
we're
what
just
it
gonna,
is.
maybe we're all just gonna sort of like live as a computer.
Yeah.
We'll physically be dead, but we'll be running on like data.
I mean, it'd be boring, won't we? Yeah. Terrible.
You'd still be
Absolutely
you'd still be
terrible.
running the same thing, but you won't
Yeah.
have any like your emotions will be given to you.
Yeah.
Things like that. Maybe that's what it
we
is.
don't want any of that.
No?
No chance.
Something that may be available for everyone is artificial intelligence. Already more advanced than most of the innovations mentioned here, the development of artificial intelligence will only get better through the years. Experts in the field believe that AI will surpass the processing power of living brains. That wouldn't be scary if it didn't open the door to the robopocalypse. Luckily, scientists still have to figure out how to impart all the important human values into an AI before it can become a part of our everyday life. But the rise of AI will, of course, change the face of the workforce. Not only that, but the job market will also face radical change. And with the way things are going, about half of the world's current jobs will be extinct, taken over by AI machines and robots. In 2050, the world will be more interconnected and even more driven by data than it is now. Some of us will definitely need to consider a career change. Education. As the job market changes, education will also see some significant changes. Already there has been an increase in digital learning, especially during the pandemic. By 2050, completely digital schools will be commonplace. Even if we have physically attended schools, they will have no need for books, using tablets and laptops instead. For higher education, experts believe that more than 70% of the student population will be enrolled in online degrees, making education more globalized. A rather welcome step in the right direction if we are to make good education.
I saw a thing the other day. I was reading an article saying that your job, the everyday job now will be extinct.
Yeah.
Not that it'll be taken over by robots, but what it'll be is you sell yourself as a product.
Yeah.
So the companies hire you as an individual. You don't work for the company.
Yeah.
So they almost like a freelance or
Yeah.
don't know whatever you call them. But what they do is you'll come in. You'll be working. You could work for like 28 different companies.
Yeah.
And just hire yourself out doing certain things. And that's what they reckon. They reckon they'd be going to individuals rather than going to a workforce.
Right.
So individuals will you'd just be paid an individual, like a self-employed type
Yeah.
thing. I reckon that would be the way it goes.
I mean, it is a bit like freelance now, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
very, very much like that. I mean, I can't see everything going along those lines.
Can you imagine like freelancing, like the president of the USA? Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to change him next week.
That'd be a job and a half.
Yeah,
I think like the Blokes Society in schools and stuff. I mean, I think that's probably the way things are going to go anyway. I don't think that's.
How much time do you waste looking through a library and stuff like that? I don't know. If you're looking for a book in a library, you go in, you ask for it. They tell you where it is. You go and look for it. The amount of time that's wasted doing that, taking it home to read it.
Yeah.
Whereas you can just pull out your iPad and go, I want a book, XXX.
This is the one I want,
and that's
and
the
it's
one I want. It's there straight away.
Straight,
Yeah, you're right.
absolutely, yeah.
Instant access.
Yeah.
And you can store thousands of books, millions of books maybe.
And I think sometimes, we were saying before about AI robots taking over and stuff, I mean, a lot of stuff is automated already. It's just that they might not look like people, but now because they're making them look more like people, they say, the robots are going to take over. But I mean, it's been like that for a long, long time, hasn't it, with car manufacturing and stuff like that. They basically are just robots doing a human job anyway.
Yeah. So that you should have gone. You missed the chance. You missed the chance. Let's go. Robots doing a human job. Human job.
Accessible to all, I believe. Online degrees may even be taught by AI-powered robots. At that time, I imagine the robots will be able to prepare course material, give lectures, and mark assignments. Sadly, you may be unable to twist your lecturer's arm, so they give you a deadline extension. The Metaverse. Now we move on to the Metaverse. Since Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced it, virtual reality and AI have been assimilated into our everyday life through the social media giant. For those who may be a bit confused about the Metaverse, you're not alone, and you've come to the right place. The Metaverse is a virtual reality computer-generated environment in which you can interact with other users through AI-enabled software. So it's about simulation, with avatars representing users. As Metaverse functions get more developed, by 2050 it will be able to offer a full virtual experience that includes shopping to travel right from the comfort of your own home. People will have the option to share their virtual experiences with the world. Imagine taking a trip to your favorite holiday destination with your family, only you're not physically there. That's what the Metaverse will offer. It seems to me like the more we get connected, the more we stay apart. Money. Next is money. Even though we will still use money, one thing that has been used less and less over the years is cash. Keeping up with that trend, cash will most likely no longer be used in 2050. All transactions will be done virtually, and new modes of financial transactions will emerge because of AI and decentralized finance. As the world slowly starts to adopt those technologies, we may not even have to do our own grocery shopping anymore, making traditional paper and plastic money even less useful. Like Tesla, which orders its own car parts as needed, our automated pantries and refrigerators may order our groceries. No more getting the wrong milk, or even running out of milk. Real estate. Speaking of the automation,
I'm not so sure about that bit.
The thing with that is I've seen it work in warehouses with stock replenishment.
Yeah.
So what happens is they have like an e-gate. So when something goes out, it clicks it out of the inventory.
Yeah.
So it's the same with the fridge. So if you sort of like, if you take your milk out and that's the last thing it doesn't show as going back in,
yeah,
it automatically updates your inventory as no milk left, and then it places the order with like Amazon or Deliveroo or whoever it may be, Uber Eats, and someone rings your doorbell and goes, "New fresh milk."
Yeah.
And you go, boom, fresh milk, put it back in the fridge and you're replenished. You know, and that's how that's going to work. It's on a grander scale.
Yeah, I mean, it still takes humans to get the milk, put it somewhere, and pick it out.
Not really, because you'll have an automated pick. Put it into one of them robot cars that delivers to your house, and it just turns up at your house. I mean, I don't know how to get in my house, but you know what I mean. Okay.
Well,
there's the problem, isn't it? Yeah. So it'll be in the vicinity where you get it, and then you put it back into the inventory.
Yeah,
but it's kind of like
I
can see that happening.
I could see it working in certain circumstances, but I think in the reality of the world, the way the modern world is, the way houses are built, and the way roads are built and things like that, you see there's a lot of pitfalls when it comes to things like that.
Of course there is. They'll have to change the way it is. But
and it still
we were
comes
talking
to
about the cash today,
putting the things in a warehouse in the first place. There's always going to be a human element somewhere along the line.
Absolutely. At the moment, yeah. You see, you look at we were talking about the cash thing today, earlier on in the day, weren't we, between the three of us?
Yeah.
One of the girls in the office, and we were saying it's now people who, if I pay £10 cash, they're getting £10 cash. They can use that £10. It's still valued at £10.
Yeah.
Whereas if I pay £10 on a credit card or a card, they're only getting a percentage of it because they've got to pay a fee.
Yeah, that's right.
So they're only getting, say, maybe instead of £10, they're getting £9.40 or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And then it diminishes in value.
True. Yeah. No,
I always try and pay cash wherever I can anyway.
Yeah. No, I know.
Of home appliances, the homes in 2050 will also be completely automated smart homes. Although smart homes already exist, the developments that will be available in the next few decades will be a great improvement to what we have now. Smart homes in 2050 will have full AI activation functions, allowing the home to sense our moods and requirements without giving it a single command. Additionally, interactive hologram televisions will exist, meaning that you can verbally call up your hologram TV and it will appear right in front of you. The best part? You will never have to look for the remote again, because you can control the TV with your mind using nanotechnology, as discussed at the beginning of the video. So with that, we have come full circle in this video of exploring what our lives will look like in 2050. To be honest, this is just an exercise of imagination, and I realize that not everything discussed in this video will come true. However, you'd have to agree that none of this is too far-fetched either, as humanity has already planted the roots of many of these technologies. Anyways, one thing is for certain with how technology is progressing. I have no doubt that the world will be very different by 2050, but I do hope that our current societal systems and structures will be able to cope with these coming innovations. So, what do you think of these future innovations? Do you think this is what life will look like in 2050? Let me know in the comment section below.
Interesting
I can see a lot of that stuff because they're heading that way.
A lot of it's happening. I mean, it's happening anyway already, and I can see that, and some of it will develop. Whereas I'm not sure whether all of it will develop as to what they think it might.
We were talking about hologram TV for ages, saying like when you watch the football, you're going to be watching. You can sit anywhere. You can sit on the pitch and watch it if you want. Sit on the field and watch it, but you'd just be, they'd just be going on around you. You'd be able to get any angle you want.
No, things like that. Absolutely, television is absolutely huge, isn't it? Going from HD to 4K, it's just going more and more all the time. Is it? So I can definitely see that happening without a doubt.
Interesting to see, because like I say, we're just developing at such rapid rate.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, a lot of that is going on already, and you do see it, don't you? About smart homes, we know new homes now are getting more that way.
Can tell your mood by your thoughts or whatever it was. Your mind. Nah, you can't.
Good luck with that one. But yeah,
Imagine what will come up on that reality TV when you sat in a meeting.
exactly. You don't want that, do you? As long as you
what?
can turn your nanotechnology off in your brain.
Do you know what?
Otherwise you're screwed.
It'd make an interesting life, wouldn't it?
Jesus.
There'd be a lot of shit to talk about. Is that what you're thinking about? Wow.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy, right?
Dangerous stuff, mate.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments how you think life will look in 2050.
Yeah,
I think it'd probably be very similar to what it is now, just a bit more advanced.
I think so. Yeah, I think you're right.
That's what they said in 2000, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know,
in 2025.
Yeah.
Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.